So on the channel that I moderate, one of them, there's been people asking about black moors, so I thought I would do a kind of a specific talk about what black moors are and what they're not. So you actually don't see these a lot. They've been replaced with regular telescopes, and the difference is regular telescopes have the big telescope eyes and they don't hold the black. People mistakenly say that all fish will lose their colors. Black moors don't. My first goldfish was a black moor. He costed me 25 cents. See, he's just a hungry beast. He costed me 25 cents from Walmart, and he lived 10 years and was the size of a softball when he finally passed. I rescued this one a couple years ago from Craigslist in a 45-gallon tank. The white they sometimes get these white dots just like wen growth, even though they don't have a wen. They have kind of a patch on their head that almost looks like it could be wen growth, and they will get these white pimples on it, and that's totally normal for them. And they have uneven fringy fins. It's not like fin rot. The white he has on his fin is because he split his fin at one point before I got him, and it healed white, and that's just like the one fish that I have that has that stress fracture. And when I was talking about fins that can break, if you see his fin on this side, he has a kink in it that you can tell his fin was broken. But the other thing that you'll see with black moors is they grow these almost offshoot like prongs. It's really hard to see on that, but they have fringy fins, and then they have these little parts that kind of grow out like points from their fins. And they're the only fish that I've really seen have that on their tail fins, these almost little fin prongs. And they have more understated telescope eyes. They don't get really big. So I'm not sure how many years he is, because he was full grown when I got him. You know, he doesn't get around as fast, and he's always been kind of a clumsy swimmer, but I'm really attached to black moors since my very first goldfish was a black moor named Mookie. And so it's kind of sad to me that you don't see them anymore. They do really good in ponds or deeper water because they have a thinner body and it's not quite as deep. And so they live, I think because they're not as modified with that in the deeper body and issues, they live to be fairly old. Like I said, mine was 10 years old when he passed, and I've already had this guy for I think almost 3 years now. And he doesn't, well, he's not as active right now because it's cold down here in the fish room because it's like 20 degrees below outside, and so it does get like 50s in here, and that naturally slows goldfish down a little bit. But he's the first one to run for food. He still does pretty healthy. So I'm hoping to have him for several more years. But when you see in the stores now, when you see the ones with the big eyes that say black moors, a lot of times they're just telescopes and not these true black moors anymore. So. Look at that face. Look, give me food.